According to English dictionary, the word meditation is just between the words concentration and contemplation. When you are philosophizing, you are contemplating. To go deeper in some subject, to go deeper in some matter, you use meditation. Meditation, according to that, is just the center of concentration and contemplation. One pole is concentration, on the same pole the other side is concentration, and in between is meditation. When you are contemplating, and you need to go deeper, the fragment of contemplation is meditation. To go deeper into some subjects, to go deeper into some phenomena. So if you look the word meditation, word to word meaning, that is also not what actually meditation is. We saw when we are talking about meditation, we misunderstand, we use concentration and contemplation. A concentration is a tunnel view. If you ever have entered a tunnel, from the side you are entering the tunnel, it is broad. Maybe the tunnel is 2 kilometers long and you are just entering, and the other side of the tunnel is very narrow. Only you see the light. A focused view, very concentrated view. We usually misunderstand this focus view and we think this is meditation. It is good for science. You need to be concentrated. But it has nothing to do with your religiousness. A very well-known scientist will always use concentration. Of course, with concentration you only can understand. When you are talking something about a matter which you cannot observe normally, a common person cannot observe. Only uncommon persons like scientists, they will observe something which you would not think of. Only Newton can think that apple is falling downward. You will not question. That's why you have theory of relativity, law of gravitation. This is all given to you by scientists. It doesn't mean that before the law was invented, the apples were falling upward. They were falling downward. Gravitation was there, but they discovered. You need a science. You need a concentration. And great scientists, they are very, very concentrated people. Albert Einstein, you might know many uncommon things what he had been doing. But once he reported himself that he was dealing with many big figures, and really Albert Einstein was dealing with figures. Even if you do with your computer, you cannot focus. If one figure would take the whole page, following with many zeros, he was dealing with figures and figures and figures, very large figures. One day he was traveling in a city bus. Conductor asked him some money. He paid the money, and then conductor returned the change of the money. Einstein, having the money by conductor, the change money in hand, he looked and he told to that conductor, "Hey, you are cheating me." Conductor took the money, counted again, gave in the hand of Einstein, looked at him and told, "I think you don't know figures." Einstein is reporting, "I quietly took the change because a bus conductor is telling me that you don't know figures." I don't know figures. And what I had been doing all my life, only figures and figures and figures. Even when I dream, I don't dream a beautiful woman, I only dream figures. My whole day, my whole night, I only think everything in figures. And a bus conductor is telling, you might be not knowing figures. Einstein is reporting, "I quietly took the change." Because if anybody hears that, what will they think? What that man had been doing the whole life? Einstein returned home, gave the money to his wife, gave the change to his wife and asked, "Count, is it right?" She counted and she told, "Yes, it is right." Einstein told, "My God, that bus conductor was right. I don't know figures. I deal with so immense figures, so big figures, that these small figures have fallen apart. I don't know anything about these small figures anymore. I am dealing with so big figures. Everyday life, you may be much more intelligent than these scientists. If focused, few